Hi, I'm Marsha Brooker. It's nice to see everybody again. I'm very excited about the little clip that I'm going to show you because it's about an arts festival that is going to be held in Southbury in the middle of March. And I have the people who are on the planning team that you are going to meet in just a minute, and you're going to hear their involvement. There's going to be a lot of advertising around town on the Southbury patch and the Southbury, uh, station that they have for internet. It will be on Heritage Village. It will be on Facebook and anything else that Faith can think about. Faith is our Faith Vincenanza is the concept person and the idea person behind this. So I am going to introduce her first, and we're all going to take a minute to just kind of introduce ourselves and tell people what our role is and any other thing that we want to say about the experience of doing this. So Faith, you go ahead.
Thank you so much, Marsha. Thank you for helping us to promote the event. And I am somebody who's considered a senior citizen, as much as I hate to say that. And Southbury is one of the geographical areas in New England and in Connecticut that caters to a large senior citizen population, which is dramatically impacted by the pandemic. And now we're in the middle of the winter. And today we're in the middle of a 2-day nor'easter, actually. So that has a lot of impact, not just to seniors and people who have concerns about being in public spaces and being able to live their lives a little more actively, right, than we currently can with the current restrictions. And the winter just makes it a little more depressing, a little more restrictive. So the arts and artists are impacted, people's lives are impacted. And when you say the concept person, the original idea was to support the local arts, to support the local artists, to support the local community, and to bring enrichment and joy and the arts and involvement and connection to the lives of people in our community who are disconnected or feeling isolated. And so that's the premise behind the Arts Festival. And it's one thing to have an idea, to go out to people and say, here's a little game I'd like to play, and invite people to join you in that game. You need people to join, right? You need people to get on the team. And everybody who's joined the team has done so very enthusiastically, representing various categories of the arts, including literature and music and physical arts and visual arts. And we have a dance and theatrical content as well. And those two people aren't with us right now. But we're going to talk about what it is we plan to present. It's going to be on March 20th. It's a Saturday. It will be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., a 6-hour event. It's a virtual event. And for people who have challenges, technology challenges, we're also going to be live streaming it on YouTube, so that if somebody has a smartphone or an iPad or even a smart TV, they can see it via a live stream on YouTube. They don't need to necessarily go out to Zoom. So we'll be running 3 stations, 2 Zoom stations and 1 YouTube station. And then we're coordinating right now through you, Marsha, and through the 2 local access stations about what content will be on the local access stations. And that'll all be available as we start to put programming information around town. So let me start by introducing Kevin, who's the director of the Economic Development Group in the town of Southbury, and the fact that the town has got behind us and is supporting our efforts.
Thank you, Faith. So yes, I'm Kevin Bielmeyer, and former and not so former artist myself. So the arts have always been near and dear to my heart, both as a professional, but then also in my role as economic development director. I firmly believe and know that the arts are an economic driver for any town, region, or state, or country for that matter. There's many studies that are done. The American Academy for Group for the Arts for the national stage has done economic studies. There's, it contributes so much, not just in terms of enrichment, but also in terms of economic development for a region and for a town. And so with that belief in arts for echo, as I like to call it, I was hopeful that someone or someones might be willing to do something of this, of what Faith and all of those that are participating have decided to do, and that is celebrate the arts and to hold an event of some kind. And I'm pleased that it is not necessary to wait until after the pandemic to do that, because of the virtual nature of this coming event. So right about the time that I was sort of throwing it out in the air and hoping somebody might grab a hold of the idea, lo and behold, it came to me. So Faith contacted me at the recommendation of Becky Butler, and so my role really is just one of a cheerleader and advocate, and like I said, support of the town, and making sure that we let everybody know, at least as far as we can do, that this is happening. And I'm just very enthusiastic about it, and I leave it to all of you to put on a wonderful, enriching event for the town of Southbury and for the region.
Thank you so much, Kevin. So Doug, can you speak about the musicians that are going to be participating in our event?
Yes, we have 2 slots for musicians, and the founders of the New Morning Songwriter Series, which are myself and Mitch Katz, will be filling those slots with our own original songs. And what New Morning Songwriter Series did, it was put 4 singer-songwriters in the round facing each other in the middle room, then wrap the audience around them. And it was very successful for 7 years. The last 3 years we had standing room only almost every show. We ran from September to May every year. And it was free to get in. And that's how we paid the performers and gave John Pittari and Jane Pittari, the owners of New Morning, some money too. At the end of the night, we took no money for their largesse of giving us the room, paying the electrical bill. He bought a whole bunch of chairs so everybody could be comfortable. He actually fed the performers. But Mitch and I have been longtime songwriters, and we will be debuting some new songs written during the pandemic and some old gems of ours, I guess we could say.
Awesome. So that was a nice representation, Doug, of one of the things Kevin pointed to, right, which is all of the impacts that the arts have. So, there was benefits to the artist, benefits to the audience, benefits to New Morning, benefits to the local community. There are all of these benefits from being involved and connected. And so, Nancy, would you like to speak about the literary program that will be included in the festival?
Sure. I have been teaching writing at Arts Escape since 2017, and now I'm heading up the writing program there. And it's been a real joy to watch students delve into their creativity fearlessly and authentically. And we've expanded the program to include an open mic where people can come and share their work and come and listen every month. And a couple years ago, we expanded to publishing a book. And so we just got this year's beautiful Threads book. Here's a copy of it. And we have students contribute both writing and artwork, and we put together this book every year. And so the event that what I'm planning is to have a reading of writers who have contributed not just to Threads, but to the program. And I'm going to have some some themed parts of the reading, and I'm going to try to make it interesting and maybe throw in a few surprises. But it's a way for the community to hear some of our local writers, and we have some talented writers, and as well as some talented artists. But so that's going to be my part of the event.
Thank you, Nancy. So, and I've taken some of your classes. You're just an astoundingly wonderful teacher.
Thank you, Faith.
So, one of the opportunities of the festival is that these programs, which Nancy organizes at Arts Escape, and the physical arts, there's a variety of photography and artist-based programs that Becky facilitates through Arts Escape that are provided virtually. And it's not only an opportunity for people to get, enrichment and joy from being able to participate in the festival, but to also see what's available in the community so that they feel more connected and not so isolated. So there's these programs that are available through a virtual platform, and it would allow people to be connected and not just be so separated and isolated during these times. So thank you, Nancy. So Becky, please speak about the arts programs.
So the arts program is part of the book, like Nancy said. We started a Creatively Quarantined at Arts Escape Facebook group when quarantine started, and it now has over 225 members, and it's still ongoing. We started it back in early April to keep people engaged, and our teachers posted prompts, as did Nancy with the writing, but the art teachers did as well. And in July, when we went back to getting ready to reopen temporarily, we kind of stepped back from the Creatively Quarantined because we were now in person for a short time, but it kept going. And it's adding new members, and the work is just, it's incredible. But I think it gives the outside community a place to put their artwork that they're working on and to share it and to get feedback. And it is a very positive, we don't get anything negative. We said no political or religious content, and everybody really abided by it. So like I said, it's still going on now. So my part of the Arts Festival will be at least 2 art shows. One, we're going to do more professional art show where it's, professional artists, mostly our instructors who make a living at that. And that will be one of the art shows. And the other art show will be student work, but it'll be the Creatively Quarantined work that's being done while people are during the pandemic. I think it'll be really uplifting for people to see that people are working on all levels. It's not people who are selling their artwork for thousands of dollars. It's people who are just doing it for the joy of doing it. And that's really what artism is. Main focus is the joy of it, not you're making a living out of it. So I hope that will be relevant and it'll be part of the festival.
Thank you, Becky. Paulo was not able to join us. He's one of the co-owners of the Fred Astaire Dance Studio in Southbury. There's actually 3 locations in Connecticut, him and his partner. And I had been taking classes there now for a year. I love going down and taking my ballroom lessons. And like many organizations, right, like Arts Escape and the library and all of our community-based organizations, having to find a way to be relevant and be available when we went into lockdown, then we went into limited availability. They went in the spring of last year, they went completely virtual, and I was curious as to whether it would work. And so I was doing virtual lessons for a couple of months, and it was amazing that it actually worked very well. And I think that's a really good representation of how people don't have to be in a physical space in order to be connected and to be involved. And that's one of the things we really hope to promote with the festival. In addition, we're going to have 2 theatrical pieces in terms of content for the festival. Neil is also unable to join us. Some people may know him, especially in Heritage Village, because he's directed a number of plays with the Heritage Village Theater Guild. And we were in lockdown last year and we weren't going to be able, the Theater Guild wasn't going to be able to produce a live performance, he organized a virtual theatrical event, and he pulled together a group of 8 people, coached them to write their personal stories, coached them in their performance. We did rehearsals for about 6 weeks, and then put on an event to an audience based in Zoom to rave reviews. So that was done a few months back, and it's recorded already, and we're going to include that in the festival. And then there's another production he's involved in right now that's a play reading of a play that was it's original. It's written by a local resident of Heritage Village. So again, it's going to highlight local talent. It's going to allow people to enjoy a local theatrical production and to feel connected to the community, because these are people from the community. So so that's a little bit about everything that we're doing in the festival. Marcia, would you like to touch on anything in particular?